Coach, I'll just jump right in. What does it mean for you to have an individual national champion?
Oh, it's crazy. When we were walking up here to do our pairings, I told her that she'll be a national champion forever, and nobody can ever take that away from her. So, um, I couldn't think of a more deserving person, much less a golfer. Adele is the epitome of a student athlete, epitome of a hard worker, epitome of selfless. The only thing she cared about this week was the team, and so you know, I just think she's so deserving of that.
And then coming into today's, I know the conditions were a little more rough. The greens were a little harder. Was there any thought to play it conservative through the round, or was it just kind of her continuing to play her game?
Really continue to play our game. It was, to be honest with you all, this is a golf course that we really haven't seen in these conditions. The first day we played, it was pretty overcast and soft. The next 2 days we played in the morning. So we really didn't see it baked out like this with a lot of wind. So we were kind of having to learn on the fly, and I'm sure they were playing conservative in nature. And you really didn't have. I mean, I'd be curious of how many birdies were made by the field even today, but you don't really have a ton of good looks. You just try and minimize the damage. If a green's hitting regulation, that's great. You just make your two putt and get on out of there.
Speaking of two putts, the final one, take us through that moment and what you said to her after that final shot went in.
Oh, it was kind of trying to help her be a little bit conservative coming down the stretch. On 16 it was a really tough par three, and it was honestly a gap wedge for her. And I still would have, if a national championship's on the line, I still tell her hit gap wedge 100 times, but she wasn't too comfortable with it. So we hit a little half pitching wedge, and I thought that would still stay on the back edge of the green. She made a great two putt. 17 hit a really good three wood kind of around the corner there and hit a great little wedge in there. But on 18, really told her we could back off a club on the tee, because normally it's a three wood, she hit five wood. She had a great layup and a great wedge in there. And until we walked across the bridge, I didn't tell her. I told her hitting that wedge shot that, she can breathe. She's in really good shape. And then when we walked across the bridge, I said, you got a 4-shot lead. Really try and soak this up and enjoy it. And then the explosion went off with that first putt. So I was just glad it stayed on the green and she could clean up the mess from there.
Coach, just the week overall, I mean, we haven't talked to you since it started. I mean, what's it been like to see your girls come out on fire, and what does it do for you guys to maybe as a team? I know you're still fighting for seeding and still going for it, but in terms of just making that final eight, maybe having a day around where you can be a little loose and mentally maybe kind of reset and refocus.
Yeah. I mean, it was nice having that much cushion from the 1 to 8. Really, when you started the day, I knew the golf course was going to play really hard. I felt a little bit more comfortable after the front 9. We were in really good position. We didn't finish today very well, but that's still for a learning experience. But I started to breathe a little bit better once we made the turn, and Adela was really cruising too. So it was just such a tough golf course, very similar to Greyhawk. I mean, it's just you got to play with discipline and patience. And I think the last 2 years have prepared us for that. I think traditions prepares us for that. So I think our young ladies will be very comfortable going into tomorrow. We got to get 3 points.
Coach, you talked about Adela's consistency just throughout this entire season. How has she been able to just continue on at this pace? I mean, shooting 368 in the first 3 rounds is so impressive.
Yeah, I mean, I think her qualifying for the U.S. Women's Open on Tuesday, I think was a huge, it just gave her the confidence that she can compete with anybody. I think she had that belief. She hasn't stacked up a lot of trophies, on the mantle for her year, but I think somebody told me she's had 8 top 6s this year or something to that extent. And, difference in winning and losing in our sport. She would tell you she had a couple lucky breaks this week too, even today. So, that could be the difference of her winning and losing throughout the year. But, I really think Tuesday really gave her the shot in the arm of like, I can go compete this level, and her game is there. So, wasn't surprised to see that. I just wasn't surprised to see it in this fashion.
Hey, you were with her on that when she got on that heater on the back nine last day of the regional. Obviously she had her moments this week. Not sure if you were with her all those times, but when you see her and she's in that rhythm, when she gets on one of those runs, what is she doing well that when you see her as a coach and you're saying, okay, she's doing this and this, she's on one right now.
When she's driving it really well, she's going to be very hard to beat because she hits it really far. And that club just gives her confidence all the way throughout the bag. The difference between, probably her first 2 years and this year is just her putting has improved tremendously. And she works on it literally she'll be working on it in the hotel room tonight. And I think that's just once again, just a testament to what it takes to be elite. I don't think a lot of people will make that sacrifice. They'll be ready to go to bed or do whatever. And Adela truly puts in the time. So I'm just so excited for her to have this honor for the rest of her life and for her to be on my team when she did
it. Coach, I know you're an emotional guy, but what were your emotions like there the last few holes and then after it went in? And what does this? It's a nice little accolade for you and your program as well. So what does that mean to you?
Yeah, I don't know if I really look at it that way, Richard. I don't. This is more of a calling for me. It's not. I don't get wound up on the wins and the losses. I'm just thankful for her light to be able to shine and. She's now comfortable. She's such a humble person. She always puts the team first. And so now to see her blossom, it wasn't the person I picked up her freshman year at the airport. And so I wish I had 4 more years with her. I'm thankful we have another one and what that impact's going to have on our team from her leadership. But it's just the growth has been, I don't know if I can measure that. And it doesn't take winning a national championship for that to be said, but the growth that she's had from a freshman to now a junior is off the charts. And to see with the homesick stuff in her freshman year and to really have the trust that she trusts me to be the consistency in her life it's an honor.
I'm gonna try to get you with this one, but
Ben,
what is it? What does it mean when you look at the list?
It wasn't me this time.
It's not a huge list of winners, only going back to 82. When you think about that exclusive club she's a part of and knowing, I know you probably know many more, but especially within this program, Austin is on that list, Stacy's on that list, and now Adela's on that list with them. What is it like to just kind of think about that?
Elite. She's one of the best. And like I said, I'm thankful to have her for another year from all the experience that she's learned from that. But she's super proud of her university. I know you'll probably hear it in some of the stuff that she said. She just loves representing A&M, and she represents everything about A&M in our program that we want to. So I'm thankful that story is being told along with it. It's a sorority. We can't call it a fraternity. It's a sorority for the rest of her life. She's a national champion. It's crazy. And she's playing a U.S. Women's Open, and she's all the stuff that's going to come with this. She's going to play in professional events this summer. It's just awesome. The list will keep on going.
I know you got to be kind of on the bag with her on the final round and here. I know you did the same thing today. What is that like for you as a coach, and especially getting to see every shot of a round like that? What happened today?
Well, yeah, Travis, it's easy, right? When you have a player like that, you're just trying to help them emotionally and just give them the assurance that, I've seen her hit a million shots. I know how far a gap wedge goes. I know that gap wedge was good on 16, but providing the moment, we can play to space because we had a 4-shot lead. I'm just, you're just thankful that they trust you and that you can be around them. Some of them you can't, and I don't know if that's my personality that meshes with hers, just the calmness. It's just, I carry these memories till I die. And so you're just thankful for that and that she gave me that.
And we were joking kind of about that. She's so even keeled that, you ask her, her mom came, what does that mean? Oh, it's fine. It's great. Whatever. Did she break through? Did she break through her shell a little bit today and celebrate?
No, because she's the crazy thing is her mind shifted to the team. She wants to win a national championship for the team and for the university. And that's just so refreshing. It's just refreshing in this day and age that somebody truly cares that way.
It's awesome.
Yep.
Coach, I got one more just about the team going into tomorrow.
Okay, good.
With the, I know, I see you getting choked up. I know. Yeah. So about tomorrow, you have seen the course now 4 days in a row in a bunch of different conditions. Do you like that that your girls have been able to see this course and, become familiar with it at different points as the weather starts to change and all of that as you head into match play? Does that help at all? Does it do it with the confidence?
Totally does. Like we hope we have a tee time tomorrow afternoon, and what we learned from today, we can apply that. But I told them yesterday, I mean, we didn't finish that well last night. And I was like, this is now when it's about to get hard. We've played great. Don't get me wrong, but now it's when it's about to get hard, and we just have to do hard better. Everybody's going to be feeling the same emotions. Everybody's going to be dealt with the same adversity. Everybody's going to have to hit that shot, but can you stomach it and do hard better? If we do that, we are good enough to win a national championship. And I think that's what has, knocked us out in the past is those afternoon matches. We just haven't dealt with hard well enough. And it's not hitting it in the desert or anything like that. It's just not making a mess after a great shot. So hopefully we've learned from that. I'm excited for them. I trust this team. The things that we learn from all these match play experiences we'll put into play tomorrow, and we'll turn them loose. Like the hard part's over for me. Now they get to go turn it loose.
I actually do have more. Wait, you talked about the vibe of the team and that this group is one of the most close-knit groups you've ever coached.
Yep.
So where do you feel like they're at as a group headed into tomorrow?
I think they're in a good place. I think they're hungry. I think they're a little pissed because they let a couple of these rounds get away from them. But I think they've seen that now. They know they're good enough. Where we've put ourselves, we were a story this week. I hope we're a story the rest of the week. But they're hungry. And this group together, they want to go out champions. They've been close. They've tasted it. We've got, for 3 of them, this is it. And they want to be epic. So the vibes are good. The vibes are good.
I have one more, not to be overshadowed by the national champion, but the one person in this group who hasn't been at this stage, Kata, turning in a phenomenal week. How encouraging has it been to see her handle this stage so well, knowing the other 4 have been there?
Yeah, Spicy C's a killer. We're just ready to turn her loose because I know she's pissed about how she finished, and I think her finish might have cost her a chance at the all tournament team. So I don't worry about that one bit. I wouldn't want to play her tomorrow after kind of what transpired really the last 2 days, maybe in a way. But yeah, she'll be ready to roll.
Awesome. Thank you all so much.